Chosen one, hear this word with urgency because it is not by accident that you have stumbled across this message. The Spirit of the Lord is calling you out of the shadows of lack and into the radiant season of provision. You have been wandering in a dry land, watching doors stay shut, waiting for breakthrough that seemed so far away. Yet deep within your spirit, you have always known you are not ordinary. You are chosen, set apart, and marked for a divine purpose that cannot be denied. This moment you are living in is not random. Every delay, every setback, every sleepless night where you ask God, when will it be my time, has led to this very announcement: your season of lack is ending. The God who sees every tear and hears every whispered prayer is stepping into your situation, and He is providing more than enough. I need you to listen closely, for what I am about to share is not simply encouragement, it is revelation. You see, many people walk through life hungry for hope, yet never realize they are the carriers of divine promise. But you, chosen one, have been handpicked. You were not overlooked even when you felt invisible. You were not forgotten, even when silence surrounded you. The Lord has been preparing you in secret, building your faith through the wilderness, and now He is opening the floodgates of abundance. But understand this: what is coming is not just physical provision, it is spiritual overflow. God is not only restoring what was lost, He is multiplying it. He is breaking cycles that held you down. Cycles of financial drought, cycles of emotional emptiness, cycles of spiritual dryness. You are stepping into a new rhythm, a new grace, and a new dimension of favor. And yet I must tell you, this word is not for everyone. It is for the chosen. For the one who dares to believe even when evidence seems scarce. For the one who has felt the sting of lack but has not given up. If you are hearing this, it means your spirit is aligned with this prophetic timing. It means heaven is announcing your shift. Stay with me until the end, for as we journey together. In this message, I will reveal not only what God is about to release into your life, but also the deeper meaning of why you had to endure the season of lack in the first place. What is ahead will transform the way you see your life, your purpose, and your destiny. Chosen one, rejoice. Your waiting has not been in vain. The season of lack ends now, and God provides more. Chosen one, pause for just a moment and take a deep breath. For what is being spoken into your life today is not born of human thought or earthly wisdom. It comes from the throne of the Most High, from the one who formed the heavens and the earth, the one who set the stars in place and calls them each by name. This message is not a suggestion, it is a divine announcement. Heaven itself has ordained this word for you, and it arrives at the exact moment it was meant to. You may ask yourself, how do I know this is truly for me? And I tell you, the very stirring in your spirit right now is the witness of the Holy Spirit. God has always known when to send His word and to whom it should be sent. There are no accidents in the kingdom. If your ears are hearing and your heart is leaning in, it is because the Creator has chosen this moment to align with your destiny. Understand this: the God who provides is not distant or indifferent. He is near, closer than the breath in your lungs. He has seen your struggles with lack, your quiet moments of wondering if He had forgotten you. But His silence was never abandonment, it was preparation. The same God who allowed Israel to hunger in the wilderness so they might hunger for Him is the same God now declaring that your wilderness is ending. Chosen one. God is reminding you today that He is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end of your story. What feels like the end of your resources, the end of your opportunities, the end of your strength, is simply the beginning of His divine provision. He does not operate by the economy of men. He does not measure by scarcity. Where there seems to be nothing, He creates everything. Where there seems to be emptiness, He speaks fullness. Where doors seem sealed, He commands them to swing wide. And so this word is not about possibility, it is about certainty. For when God declares a season has ended, no force of darkness can prolong it. When God announces that provision is released, no hand of man can withhold it. Heaven's decree is final, and it overrides every earthly condition. That is why this word carries weight. It is not a prediction, but a prophecy. Chosen one. I urge you open your heart with expectation. Do not listen as though this is another message among many. This is a holy appointment, a divine encounter, a moment where heaven collides with earth to whisper destiny into your soul. The season of lack is over. The season of divine provision has begun. You will see this word confirmed in the days ahead. You will sense the shift in your spirit, and you will know without doubt it is God who has spoken, and it is God who provides. The waiting season is finished. The pouring season is here. And you, beloved, are standing right at the threshold of more. Chosen one, hear this with clarity. The heavens are declaring a shift over your life. The days of wandering in lack are closing, and the dawn of abundance is breaking forth. The Lord himself is stretching out his hand, not only to meet your needs, but to exceed them. This is the unveiling of the prophecy. Your season of more has come. Picture this in your spirit, a dry field long barren, suddenly touched by rain from above. What once cracked under the heat of lack begins to sprout green shoots. The soil that looked incapable of producing now bursts with harvest. So it is with your life. You have been in a season where nothing seemed to grow, no matter how hard you labored, no matter how much faith you held. But God is declaring, I am sending rain upon your ground, and it will yield fruit in its season. This prophecy is not about fragments or leftovers. It is about overflow. The jars that once seemed empty are about to be filled to the brim. The doors that once stayed closed are now unlocking with ease. Where you once felt scarcity pressing against you, you will now feel provision flowing like a river. The same God who fed 5,000 with 5 loaves and 2 fish is the God speaking this word over your life. Multiplication is being released. But let me take you deeper. This is not just about financial provision or material abundance. This is about wholeness. God is declaring provision for your heart, your mind, and your spirit. For too long you have carried the weight of loneliness, the ache of waiting, the disappointment of prayers unanswered. He is saying, I provide peace for your restless soul. I provide joy where sadness lingered. I provide strength where weakness drained you. And do not overlook this truth. Provision is not always about receiving something new. Sometimes it is about the restoration of what was lost. The Lord is returning what the enemy stole. The dreams that felt buried, the opportunities that slipped away, the relationships that were broken, all of these are within his reach. He is breathing life into dry bones, resurrecting what seemed impossible. Chosen one, this prophecy comes with an image. Imagine standing before a locked vault, heavy and sealed. You have knocked, you have tried every key you had, but nothing worked. Now the Lord steps in with a master key, and with a single turn, the vault swings open. Inside is not just enough, it is more than you imagined. This is what God is doing. Where you tried and failed, he is unlocking and releasing. Even now I sense in the Spirit that some of you listening have already begun to feel a stirring. Small breakthroughs, sudden opportunities, unexpected blessings. These are the first drops of the rain before the downpour. They are the early signs of the shift. You have wondered, is this really happening? And the Lord is saying, yes, it is I. Do not doubt what I am beginning. Yet I must tell you, this is not provision for selfish gain. This is provision with purpose. The blessing coming into your life is meant to align you with your calling. You are not just being filled so you can consume. You are being filled so you can pour into others. The overflow is not random, it is strategic. God is equipping you to walk in your destiny, to carry influence, to be a vessel of hope. So let this word settle deep into your spirit. Your time of lack has expired. The handwriting of heaven has declared it. Angels are already moving into position. The season of insufficiency is bowing its knee to the season of overflow. This is not distant, it is now. And it belongs to you because you are chosen. Chosen one. The prophecy is unveiled, God provides more. And soon the world will see the evidence of what heaven has already declared. Chosen one. Let us look beyond the surface of the prophecy and into the deeper spiritual truth it carries. For God never speaks in vain, and every word he releases is layered with wisdom, timing, and eternal purpose. The announcement of the end of lack is not just about relief, it is about revelation. It reveals the heart of God toward his chosen ones, and it unveils the process by which he transforms lives. Think of your journey as a series of seasons. There was the season of winter where everything seemed barren and silent. It felt as though the ground was frozen. Your prayers buried beneath the soil, with no answer in sight. This was the season of waiting, where faith was tested and patience refined. Then came the season of storm, the rains of trial and the winds of opposition that shook everything around you. In that season, you may have felt exposed, even broken. But what you did not see was that the storm was loosening the soil, preparing it to receive the seed. Now the Lord is declaring a new season. It is the season of spring, where life bursts forth, where hidden seeds finally push through the ground. Spiritually, this is the meaning of your transition. God is aligning time, purpose, and promise. The season of lack was necessary to strip away false supports, to remove counterfeit sources of provision, to show you that he alone is your sustainer. Without the barrenness, you might have clung to what could never truly satisfy. But now, as he provides more, you will know the source without question. Chosen one, see, the depth of this lack was never punishment. It was preparation. The wilderness was never meant to destroy you, but to reveal the strength that only comes through dependence on God. The Israelites wandered in the desert not because God had abandoned them, but because he was teaching them that man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. Their lack was the classroom for trust. Your lack has been the same. This prophecy, therefore, is not only about what God is doing for you, but about what he has been doing in you. He has been forming endurance, deepening your roots, sharpening your discernment. The trials have refined you like gold in the fire, so that when the abundance arrives, your heart will not be consumed by pride or greed. Instead, you will know how to steward the blessing. Think of it like a locked door. In your season of lack, you stood before it and knocked. At first there was no answer, and you felt forgotten. But the knocking was never wasted. Every prayer, every cry, every waiting moment was a key being shaped. God was teaching you persistence, faith, and humility. And now in this season, he hands you the master key, the one forged in the fire of patience and trust. That is why the door will open now, because you are ready. Consider also the imagery of light. During the season of lack, it was as though you walked in shadows, unable to see clearly. But light shines brightest in darkness. God allowed you to experience the night so that when dawn broke, you would cherish the light. Spiritually, this means you are now more aware of his presence, more sensitive to his leading, and more grateful for his gifts. The absence made you appreciate the presence. Chosen one, do not despise what you have walked through, for it was all part of the divine design. You were being transformed in the silence, molded in the scarcity, trained in the waiting. Now, as the abundance comes, you will not misuse it. You will multiply it. You will not hoard it. You will share it. You will not idolize it. You will worship the giver more than the gift. And let me say this, the depth of your season of lack is the measure of the overflow to come. The greater the drought, the greater the downpour. The longer the night, the brighter the sunrise. The more intense the pruning, the richer the harvest. God has balanced the scales, and He is a God of justice. He has seen every tear, every sacrifice, every act of faith, and He is faithful to reward. So receive this spiritual truth. The prophecy is not just about provision, it is about transformation. You are not the same person who entered the wilderness. You are emerging, refined, strengthened, and aligned with heaven. The lack is over. But the lessons remain, and they will carry you through the abundance with wisdom and grace. Chosen one, your journey has been a holy process, a sacred preparation. And now you stand at the doorway of fulfillment, where the spiritual meaning of your lack becomes the testimony of your abundance. Chosen one, whenever God speaks a word, He also sends signs to confirm it. These signs are not coincidences. They are divine whispers, gentle reminders that heaven has already begun to manifest what was promised. You may already have seen them, though perhaps you didn't recognize them for what they truly are. Today let me unveil them, so that your heart may rest in assurance. 1. The stirring of restlessness. Have you noticed a sense of restlessness inside you lately? It feels as though where you are no longer fits you, as though your spirit has outgrown the season you're in. This is not dissatisfaction, it is divine stirring. God is moving you from lack to provision, and your spirit senses the shift before your eyes can see it. That inner unease is the whisper of heaven saying, "Prepare, change is near." 2. Sudden opportunities. Appearing. Perhaps in recent days, doors you once thought were closed have cracked open. An unexpected call, a chance meeting, a job interview, or a new connection suddenly appeared on your path. These are not random, they are divine alignments. God often confirms a new season by setting before you opportunities you could not create yourself. Watch carefully, even small openings are signs of the floodgates about to burst. 3. Dreams and visions intensifying. Some of you have experienced vivid dreams or inner visions that feel different from ordinary thoughts. You may see images of rain keys open doors or overflowing cups. These symbols are not from your imagination, they are from your spirit echoing heaven's message. God is painting pictures in your inner world to prepare you for what is manifesting in your outer world. The feeling of peace in the midst of lack. Even though your circumstances may not yet show the fullness of provision, there is an unusual peace settling in your heart. It is as if a weight has been lifted, even though nothing visible has changed. This peace is supernatural. It is God's confirmation that He is already at work. Remember, peace is not the absence of problems, but the presence of His promise. 5. Opposition growing stronger. Yes, even resistance can be a sign. Have you noticed unexpected challenges rising up just as you started to sense breakthrough? This is not a signal of defeat, but confirmation that the enemy sees what is coming. Darkness often fights hardest when light is about to break through. Do not be dismayed. Opposition is proof that the shift is real, and heaven is backing you. 6. An overflow of small blessings. Look closely. Has your life begun to see little sparks of favor? A bill paid unexpectedly, a gift you did not ask for, a door that opened with ease. These are seeds of abundance, tokens from God, to remind you that the larger harvest is on its way. Like the cloud the size of a man's hand that Elijah's servant saw, they may look small, but they are proof that rain is coming. Chosen one, do you see? The signs are already speaking. They are heaven's gentle assurance that the prophecy is unfolding even now. Do not dismiss them as coincidence. Pay attention, for God is confirming to you the season of lack is ending and the season of more has begun. Chosen one, before the fullness of provision manifests. You must understand this. Every promise carries a process. And often just before the breakthrough comes hidden challenges rise to the surface. These are not punishments, nor signs that God has withdrawn His word. They are divine tests, opportunities for your faith to prove itself strong. The enemy does not sit idly by while heaven pours out blessing. When he senses that your season is shifting, he seeks to plant doubt, discouragement, or distraction. This is why some of the greatest struggles come right before fulfillment. And yet do not fear, for God equips you to stand firm. The challenge of delay. You may find that time itself seems to stretch. You hear the promise, you believe it, but days pass, weeks move, and you wonder, Lord, when will it come? Delay is the first hidden challenge. It tempts you to give up just before the door opens. But remember, delay is not denial. It is God aligning all things perfectly. The challenge of opposition. Sometimes people around you may misunderstand you. They may question your faith, mock your hope, or try to convince you to settle for less. This challenge hurts because it often comes from those closest to you. Yet take heart, Joseph faced betrayal from his own brothers before reaching his palace. Their rejection was not the end of him. It was the path toward his fulfillment. The challenge of distraction. As provision begins to stir, the enemy may send counterfeit opportunities, things that look good but are not God. You may be tempted to grasp at the first open door, even if it is not the right one. Discernment will be your shield. Remember, not every opportunity is divine. Wait for the one that carries God's peace. The challenge of weariness. Perhaps the hardest battle is the weariness of the soul. After fighting so long, praying so much, and waiting so patiently, you may feel drained. It is in this place that many give up. But the Lord is your strength. Even when you are weak, His power is made perfect in you. This challenge is overcome not by striving, but by resting in His presence. The challenge of fear. When abundance begins to show, fear may whisper, what if it doesn't last? What if it is taken away? This fear is rooted in the memory of lack. But God is saying, I do not give as the world gives. What I provide, I sustain. Fear is an illusion. Faith is your reality. Chosen one, recognize these challenges for what they are, signs that the blessing is near. Do not see them as obstacles, but as stepping stones. Each challenge is designed to strengthen your spirit and anchor you deeper in trust. If you endure, you will see that none of them had the power to stop what God ordained. So hold fast, beloved. The hidden challenges are temporary. The glory of the promise is eternal. Chosen one, now that the prophecy has been unveiled and the hidden challenges exposed, it is vital that you know how to respond. For every word of promise carries with it a call to action. God does not simply pour provision into idle hands. He equips, instructs, and directs His chosen so that they may steward the blessing well. This is the season of divine instruction, and if you follow these steps faithfully, you will not only receive, but also sustain the abundance He is releasing. Guard your faith with intentional prayer. Prayer is the first and most vital instruction. Do not allow your prayers to grow cold now that the word has been spoken. Instead, intensify them. Begin to pray with thanksgiving as though the provision has already arrived. Declare daily, Lord, I thank you that my season of lack is over. I receive your provision with faith and joy. Your words create alignment with heaven, and your prayer keeps the fire of faith alive. 2. Cleanse your atmosphere of doubt. This is not a time to entertain voices of unbelief. Be mindful of what you consume, whether through conversations, media, or even your own thoughts. Doubt is like a seed that can choke your harvest if you let it take root. Surround yourself with words of life, scripture, and uplifting voices. If someone constantly speaks fear or negativity over your journey, gently distance your spirit. Protecting your atmosphere is protecting your destiny. 3. Step into acts of obedience. Provision often comes through obedience. Perhaps God has been nudging you to forgive someone, to release a grudge, to start a project, or to take a bold step. Do not ignore these promptings. Many miss their blessing, not because God did not provide, but because they did not obey. Ask the Lord, "What instruction do you have for me in this season?" Then follow through without delay. Obedience unlocks overflow. 4. Practice radical gratitude. Gratitude is the soil in which abundance flourishes. Begin each day by naming 3 things you are thankful for. Even if you still feel lack in some areas, give thanks for the little signs of provision you see. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is missing to what is multiplying. It declares to heaven that you are ready for more because you honor what you already have. 5. Sow into others generously. One of the greatest ways to prepare for provision is to become a channel of blessing yourself. Even if you feel you have little, give something, whether it be your time, your encouragement, your resources, or your prayers. Scripture reminds us, "Give, and it shall be given unto you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over." Your giving creates a flow that heaven delights to fill. 6. Speak the word over your life daily. The power of life and death is in the tongue. Begin to declare the promises of God over your situation. Say aloud, "I am chosen. My season of lack is over. God provides for me in abundance. I walk in overflow, not in scarcity." These declarations are not empty words, they are prophetic affirmations that align your reality with God's truth. 7. Prepare practically for what you know you expect. Faith without works is dead. If you are believing for financial provision, create a plan for how you will manage it. If you are believing for new opportunities, update your skills, prepare your resume, or organize your schedule. If you are believing for restored relationships, prepare your heart to forgive and embrace reconciliation. Preparation shows God that you are serious about receiving. 8. Rest in God's timing. Finally, the instruction is this: rest. Do not strive, do not panic, do not try to force the blessing into your own hands. Trust that God's timing is perfect. Just as fruit ripens at the appointed season, so will your blessing manifest when all is aligned. Rest is not passivity, it is active trust. It says, "Lord, I will do my part, but I leave the outcome in your hands." Chosen one. These instructions are not burdens, they are empowerment. They are the tools by which you will hold and steward what heaven is pouring out. Walk in them daily, and you will find yourself prepared not only to receive provision, but to live in sustained abundance. The season is shifting, and your obedience is the bridge that carries you into fulfillment. Chosen one. As you prepare to walk into this new season, know this with absolute certainty: you are not walking alone. The same God who promised provision is the God who surrounds you with protection. His covering is not partial, it is complete. He has encircled you with favor, as with a shield, and no weapon formed against you will prosper. You may worry, what if I lose what God gives me? What if the enemy tries to snatch it away? Beloved, hear this clearly. What God places in your hands, He also guards with His power. He is both the giver and the protector. When He opens a door, no man can shut it. When He releases provision, no enemy can block it. See yourself for a moment standing in the middle of a vast open field. The winds blow, storms rage, and shadows lurk at the edges. Yet above you, a great canopy of light spreads wide, covering you completely. That canopy is God's presence. No matter how strong the winds, they cannot penetrate it. No matter how dark the shadows, they cannot extinguish it. This is the assurance of the chosen: you are hidden in the secret place of the Most High. Protection is not only from external threats, it is also internal. God is guarding your mind from fear, your heart from despair, and your spirit from doubt. He knows the battles within you, the silent struggles no one else sees. And His assurance is this: My peace I give to you, not as the world gives. His peace becomes your fortress, stronger than any wall built by human hands. And yes, there will be attempts from the enemy. Attacks of discouragement, whispers of fear, distractions that seek to pull you away. But remember, this truth attacks are proof of your assignment. The enemy would not bother with you if you were not carrying something of value. Yet he is already defeated. You stand not in your own strength, but in the victory Christ won on the cross. Chosen one, trust in this. Angels are encamped around you. You may not see them with your natural eyes, but in the spirit they stand as sentinels. They go before you, beside you, and behind you. They wage war on your behalf, ensuring that nothing touches you that God has not already permitted for your growth. So rest in assurance, sleep in peace, walk with confidence, for your provider is also your protector. Your blessing is shielded, your destiny is secured, and your life is held in the everlasting arms of the Father. Chosen one, you are safe and you are covered. Chosen one, lift your eyes and see what is ahead. The days of lack are not just ending. They are being replaced by days of fulfillment, days overflowing with the evidence of God's goodness. What once felt like a desert is transforming before your very eyes into a garden rich with life. Where you once saw emptiness, you will now see abundance. Picture it: the cracks in your ground, filling with streams of water, flowers blooming where only dust once lay, and fruit trees heavy with harvest. Spiritually, this is your portion. The dry places of your soul are being revived. The empty cupboards of your spirit are being stocked with peace, joy, strength, and vision. This transformation is not shallow. It is total. Your faith, once tested in the fire of lack, will now shine like refined gold. No longer will you walk with uncertainty, asking, "Will God come through for me?" Instead, your heart will resound. God has done it again and again. Fulfillment will rewrite the way you see Him, yourself, and your purpose. Financial transformation. Provision will touch the areas where you once struggled most. Debts will be cleared. Needs will be met. Resources will flow not for waste, but for wisdom. You will know the joy of having more than enough, not only to cover your own needs, but to bless others. You will move from survival to stewardship, from scraping by to sowing generously. Emotional and spiritual transformation. The heaviness that clung to you in seasons of lack will be lifted. A garment of praise will replace the spirit of heaviness. Joy will become your strength, laughter your song, and peace your steady anchor. You will walk with new boldness, no longer timid or fearful of tomorrow. Spiritually, your eyes will open wider to the ways of God, and you will carry a deeper intimacy with His presence. Relational transformation. For some, God will mend relationships that were broken in the season of lack. Trust will be rebuilt, forgiveness will flow, and connections will strengthen. For others, He will bring new people into your life, divine connections who will encourage, partner, and walk with you into the next chapter of your destiny. The loneliness you once felt will give way to the richness of godly companionship. Purpose transformation. Perhaps most importantly, this fulfillment will ignite your purpose. You will no longer wander questioning why you are here. Instead, you will see with clarity the assignment God has placed in your hands. Opportunities to use your gifts will multiply, and your influence will expand. What was once hidden in you will now shine forth for the world to see. Chosen one. The transformation is not temporary, it is lasting. God is not giving you a quick blessing to ease your pain. He is establishing you in a new season. This is why your journey through lack was so deep, because your fulfillment is meant to be stable, secure, and unshakable. And when others look at you, they will know this is what happens when God provides more. Your testimony will inspire, your story will encourage, and your life will reflect the glory of the one who never fails, his chosen. Chosen one, step boldly. Transformation and fulfillment are here. Chosen one, you have received the word, the meaning, the signs, the instructions, and the assurance. Now it is time to seal this prophecy in your spirit with declarations of faith. Speak these words aloud, repeat them daily, and let them become the anthem of your new season. Affirmation 1. I am chosen, and my season of lack has ended. Affirmation 2. God is my provider, and his supply in my life will never run dry. Affirmation 3. I walk in overflow, abundance, and divine purpose. Affirmation 4. What God has released in my life, no one can take away. Let these affirmations echo within you until they shape the way you see yourself and your future. For as you declare, you align your words with heaven's decree. Life and power are in your tongue, and your tongue now becomes the pen that writes your destiny. Now, beloved, receive this blessing. May the Lord bless you with peace that surpasses all understanding. May he cover you with favor that surrounds you like a shield. May every door that was locked against you now swing wide at his command. May every barren place in your life blossom with abundance. May your hands never lack your heart, never grow faint, and your spirit never lose hope. I bless you with clarity of purpose, strength for the journey, and joy that overflows. I declare that your household shall see the goodness of the Lord, that your relationships shall be marked with love and restoration, and that your future shall testify of God's faithfulness. Chosen one, your time of waiting has produced fruit. Your nights of weeping have birthed mornings of joy. You stand today not at the end, but at the beginning of a greater chapter. Trust him, walk with him, and watch as his provision floods every area of your life. Carry this blessing with you. You are chosen. You are seen. You are provided for. You are protected. You are transformed. Go in peace, knowing that the word has been spoken, sealed, and established over you. The season of lack has ended. God provides more, and it is so.